Well guys, it's July and that means it's time for a garden update. It is a hot but beautiful evening here. Here's a quick overview. I just ended up watering. I usually water in the morning. Today I had to go out early, so I just did it. I also added some blood meal and I wanted to get it watered in. So it's not quite so much as a attractant to the wild animals we have around here. So let's head down there and take a look. So we'll start over here. I added some flowers that I just got on sale. They are verbena, all mixed colors throughout the garden. The chives are doing well, the rhubarb is growing well. I just planted all this in cilantro. We eat a lot of cilantro and we need to get going on the next batch, so there's some there. Now I know some of this is weeds, and I'm not sure exactly what is weeds. But there are a bunch of flowers here that are growing. There's nasturtium, there's sweet pea, there's sunflower, there is marigold, and a bunch of wildflowers. So those are doing well. These were the edible ones that I had up on my deck, edible flowers. My turkeys got to them, so I brought them down here, and they are growing. The strawberries are doing really well. We've had quite a lot of blooms, and so they are working on becoming strawberries now, which is exciting. That's what this little area of the garden looks like. I apologize for the sun. It's just the time I had to film today. Here's a quick overview of the greenhouse. So things are growing well in here. This is mint down here. Oh, some things are buzzing in here. You can see these are starting to take off, the melons, the peppers. I did buy a couple more peppers. These are Orange Blaze from the nursery when they were on sale. So I had planted some okra along here and it hadn't come up, so I got these to put there, and then when you know what, I went to plant and these came up. So oh well, we needed more colored peppers anyways. You can see these ones have flowers on them. I don't know if there's anything growing yet. Hopefully I'll get some peppers. Over here are the hot peppers, so I finally got all the rest of them in. I did find out that the tomatillo needs 2 plants to pollinate, and I went back and I've looked at other stores. I have not been able to find a second one yet. So I have heard maybe they can cross-pollinate with tomatoes, but I don't think anything has yet. So you can see these are the jalapenos. Hopefully we're getting some soon. Those are sriracha, jalapeno. These are habanero. So they're all doing really well. These are candlelight and pepperoncini, I think is how you say these ones. I don't normally water on the leaves, but I put some diatomaceous earth down because we found a cucumber beetle the other day and I wasn't very good at it, so I was cleaning the mess up a bit with the hose. So the tomatoes, you can see there are lots of blooms, but we don't seem to have tomatoes growing. So I'm not sure if pollinators just aren't coming in or it's not quite time yet. I have been coming every couple days and giving them a really good shake, trying to get them to pollinate. So we'll see in the next few days. You can see added some more marigolds, different kinds. The dill has done great, it's humongous. Over here. Now, when I planted these tomatoes, there were a couple that looked different than all the rest. But my label said they were the same. They're clearly not the same, but I don't know what they are, so we shall find out. The cilantro's just knocked over because I just watered. Again, our only tomato. It's still growing, it's going strong. It's a beefsteak. Lots of flowers. So, same here. This basil's been doing much better than the one I have on my deck. I did just top these recently. I let these go too long. I need to top those and see if I can get them to bush out more. But again, lots of flowers. Hopefully some tomatoes soon. But they're all doing really well. And today, look, my first nasturtium flower. I grew these from seed. I'm so excited. That's really exciting for me. So over here, these orange watermelons have really struggled. This plant seems to be doing better now. So we had heavy rain. We had some cold nights, a light frost even, alternating with over 30-degree days. So the weather has been pretty crazy. This is another pepper I got from the store. It is a majestic red pepper, but these are all flowering. I planted a few more watermelon just because I had the space here. And then this is another red one, which this one came from the nursery with stuff already growing on it. So hoping some melons start soon. That would be nice, but overall, I'm not sure if pollinators aren't getting in here. Maybe it's just not quite time, but so far it's doing really well in here. Oh, it feels good to get out of that greenhouse because it's definitely hot. So over here, I planted some more okra there. Things are coming up, things are growing slowly. Some, the seeds didn't come up, so I waited a few weeks, planted more, didn't come up, tried a third time, and then they all came up together. So quite a few there. These squash, the Burgess ones, they're doing quite well. I had the most beautiful flower on my eggplant this week. It has since died, a beautiful purple one, but things are growing well here. What are these? The table queen. They're taking a little longer to come up. So these look like we're finally going to get some flowers soon, which is exciting. I don't know exactly. Again, I put a lot of different things in here, and that's the sunflower, I know. So hopefully they will be growing beautiful flowers soon all along there. Over here, the pumpkins have finally germinated and popped up. The only one that's really had a problem is the naked bear one. I only have one that's come up. I just reseeded again this week for those. You can see I had a few come up. Same place. Multiple ones, but hopefully they will do well. You can see along here, because this is a damper area, that's like the nasturtium's really big, the sunflower, they're doing well. How tall that sunflower is, so super excited to see some blooms along the fence. Here's a quick look along here. So again, we should have lots of flowers along here soon. Oy, the cucumber bed. So I think I had 3 that had started inside. I transplanted. Only the one has survived, and just barely. The others, seeds have come up, but it's been slow. They're definitely late this year, so we'll see what we end up getting from them. The zucchini is doing pretty well. Like I said, we found our first zucchini beetle the other night. So I have the soap in the water there. Some diatomaceous earth, just trying to keep them away. I do have some zucchini. I'm not sure how much was getting pollinated, so I did go around last week and try and hand pollinate whatever I could. But because they're all different types, some of them, they just weren't, I can't cross-pollinate them, I don't think, so I couldn't pollinate them all, but look. We at least have one here. This is a Black Beauty zucchini. So that's really exciting. And then over here we have our beets. They're all doing really well. I did just last week reseed just a few where there were holes, but those beets are doing really well. Same with the onions. They're all doing really well. The red onions, most of them, not most of them, but at least one row of them never came up, which I'm wondering, I put a flower there instead. I'm wondering if that was our fault, if maybe we missed it somehow, because that just doesn't seem right when all the other ones came up. I'm not sure. This corn is doing really well. I did replant just a few where there's a couple gaps just the other day. And I did maybe 2 weeks ago as well. This is the one I was starting to feel like this was showing that it needed some help. It was kind of getting yellow. Over here, this corn has really struggled. This is the cream one. What's it called? Peaches and cream. I replanted, and you can see those little ones, and then I just replanted again, the ones that still haven't come up. So I don't think I would be growing these ones again. Maybe it's the location of the bed, but they have struggled a bit. Next are the peas. You can see we added a trellis, or I should say my husband did. And it's really interesting because I have 4 different varieties. These are sugar peas, sugar snap peas, and these are regular ones. That The ones on the inside are doing better. I don't know if that's the variety or because of the way they've been planted, but they are quite tall. You compare kind of this to down here. Quite a difference. Over here, the pole beans are doing well. I kind of felt like they were very yellow looking as well, so I wanted to add some nitrogen for them. But they are coming along. Just had to replant a few more just to fill in some holes. So far, keeping this cover on, this netting has done really well. I haven't seen any caterpillars on the kale, which is coming along really nicely. I don't think they can lay eggs through that, so it's okay. So we will be eating that shortly. The lettuce is so slow. These are the ones I started from seed in the house. You can see there's some other ones coming up that I planted right in the soil. They're just so slow, so I'm hoping we'll get some lettuce, because as you can see from the spinach here, it's all bolted already. It didn't even get a chance to grow because of the heat. So I'm gonna pull that out soon. I'm just kind of thinking what I want to put in its place. Over here, cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, they're all doing really well. They're growing. You can see our bok choy did go to seed. I pulled out what I could and we ate it, leaving littler ones hoping it would cool off and they wouldn't seed, but they have. So I'll probably put something else in that space, but I'm not sure what yet. Bugs are attacking me out here. These are the carrots. They're all doing really well. I thinned them out. I did plant a couple more seeds where there had been no germination, but they're doing really well. And then the bush beans. They were looking a little yellow as well, but they're growing really well. I just planted a few more over there where the gaps were. And then again, flowers all the way along the edge of the garden. And I know some of these are weeds, but that's okay. That's all right. Anything that brings pollinators to the garden, if it flowers, it's all good. Let me take you in the corner here. Give you kind of a look from the ground at the overview. So far it's doing so much better than our last year when we tried in the ground. Couple things I wish we had, I think I mentioned this last time, I wish we'd put the beds a little closer and made a few more of them. I wish we had made it a little bit bigger. We're thinking about that for next year. But yeah, I'm so excited that things are growing and that we're gonna have food to eat soon from here. We've only had cilantro and the bok choy so far, so fingers crossed that when you come back in August, it will be full of flowers and produce and a beautiful producing garden. I hope this finds you having a great day. Take care. I forgot to share an update on our deck. So lemongrass, we have lots of raspberries growing. I just planted this week, some bee balm, and trying some lettuce up here, some romaine, because I can pull it in the shade later in the day. Look at all these raspberries. We're so excited. I don't think any of the rosemary germinated. I put some catnip there the other day. There's some basil, some curry plant, more raspberries, and lavender. It is definitely struggling, but it's still alive, it's still here.